This is PrepZone Gametime presented by Bevill State Community College. I am Jeffery Winborne, filling in for James Phillips, and I am accompanied by Johnathan Bentley. Johnathan, we've got a game of the week this week that was last year was kind of Jasper's their coming out party when they got that win against Mortimer Jordan a year ago.
Yeah, they needed that last year, and they need it again this year.
They do.
They have not won a region game this year.
They do, and that's the thing with Jasper. We'll get into this a little bit more. That region is so brutal. But before we get there, we had a game last night in Birmingham.
It was a game, yeah.
Technically,
it was a game.
There were players and footballs and whistles. Parker knocks out Cordova 63-13. And that game, you watched it. That game was not even close.
No, I mean Parker's just next level. Every touchdown is like 50 yards.
Yeah,
they get the ball, they score, and that's not just Cordova. That's everybody they play.
Well, and me and you were talking before we started recording tonight. The thing with Cordova is they are so much better than their record shows. But you take that team and you put them in that region that they're in, which is so brutal for them, and they don't really stand a chance trying to do anything over there.
Yeah, I mean 5A. Who would ever thought a couple years ago they'd be 5A?
No. Even
4A, I was like, wow, they're getting bigger. But 5A, I mean, you drop any team in the county in that region, I don't know if they make the playoffs. Anybody?
No, I mean, you've got Jasper in 6A, and we'll talk on that some more. But no, there's not another team in this county that could do that.
No, I mean, Oatman is as good as Dora and Oatman are. They're in their right classifications,
yes.
Whereas Cordova's just in a bad spot.
Well, that's one of those teams, and you and Brett have talked about it recently on Wrap Up, that when December rolls around and we have the reclassification, Cordova is one of the teams that's going to be watching that really closely, hoping that they can get knocked back down to where they can actually be competitive, because Coach Smothers, he's coaching that team really well, and they're playing really well. But again, It's just because of who they're playing against that their talent level isn't showing up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they don't have the talent or the speed. And I mean, if you look at Parker, I mean, the speed was just incredible.
Yeah,
and they hung with them for a little while. I'll give Cordova credit. I mean, it's 21-13 in the second quarter.
Well, and you were standing in the scores, and I was updating on DMEPrepZone.com, which stay tuned with that all throughout the night if you want to keep up with the scores as they happen in our area. But yeah, you were standing in the scores, and I was like, man, Cordova's hanging with them. But then it's just that second quarter and the second half, Parker just ran away with it.
That was it. Yeah, I mean, they're one of the best teams in the state.
So we are going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to start getting into our player of the week and getting into the Jasper Vikings matchup with Mortimer Jordan.
Your story starts at Bevill State Community College. Whether you are just starting out or starting over, Bevill State has an opportunity that is right for you. With 5 locations serving 7 counties, you don't have to go far to start your own success story. Plus, with tuition lower than 4-year colleges, you won't need to spend more for a great education. Visit us online at bscc.edu to learn about your options for seamless academic transfer and high-demand career tech and health science offerings. Let us help you tell your story.
Welcome back to PrepZone Gametime, presented by Bevill State Community College. Johnathan, our player of the week this week comes from Oatman, their quarterback, Bubba Odom.
That's right. They put up huge numbers on Carbon Hill, 55-0. He threw for 4 touchdowns, 319, 10 of 30. He played a half.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 4 touchdown passes. They didn't mess around against Carbon Hill last week. That was their best game of the year, and he was behind it.
Here's the thing about Oatman. Me and you were in the stands when we watched Oatman and Winfield, and both of us looked at each other and we're like, did we give Oatman too much credit heading into the season? What's going on? But they have really come back on fire since that game.
That was their worst game of the year. That's the worst game probably in years. It was that bad. You saw it. I mean, it was. Winfield looked unbeatable that night.
They did, and there were mistakes on Oatman's part, but ever since that game, like I said, they've come back. And a big part of that is because Odom under center leading that team.
Yeah, if you look at his numbers, they're crazy. He has 20-something touchdowns. I think 6 interceptions this year.
I remember telling you earlier this season, like, they may not make playoffs, but now they're looking at a home game.
Yeah, they take care of business here. Home game, no doubt.
Exactly. So you were in Oatman this week. You had a conversation with Bubba Odom, and he actually feels really good heading into this week.
All right, we're joined with Bubba Odom, our player of the week this week. Thanks for being here, man.
No problem, man.
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about last week. 55-0 on Carbon Hill. Were you surprised by the success y'all had?
Nah, we had a really good week of practice that week, and all our receivers were on the same page. We had a great game plan, so I knew we was going to take a dub. I just,
4 touchdowns. Was that one of your better games?
Yes, sir. It was one of my better games this year.
We'll talk about the receivers, how much they help you out.
Oh, yeah, I love all my receivers. From Kane, he used to be my receiver. He's my running back now. But Denzel, Derek, Sean, yeah, shout out Shep.
How do you see this team finishing these last 3 games? Will that 55-0 game help y'all going forward?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we lost a couple players, but, our team's still strong. It's mentally, and coaches are going to get us right, I believe. So I think we'll be all right.
Talk about Coach Hall, how he's helped you since y'all been together.
Oh, Coach Hall, man, he's helped me like a lot, man, especially during practice, just one-on-one time with me. Yeah, he's really helped me come a long way from the beginning of the year and from my sophomore year.
What is it like playing with your 2 brothers? Now you added one this year.
I love it, yeah. We just get at each other on practice, poking at each other all the time. Especially my little brother, man. He's a goof.
And what positions he play?
JoJo, D tackle. Yeah, he's gonna be a monster.
So these guys are supposed to protect you, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he's on the O-line, too. There's the O-line.
Okay, now, last week, I think it was 20-0. Y'all scored right off the bat, right?
Yes, sir. Scored second play, I think.
Did that make a difference in the game? Could you tell y'all were just
kind
of
the energy really went up. Yeah, energy really went up when we scored that first touchdown, especially from the second one, too, because we got them real quick.
Yeah, the game was out of hand by halftime.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, now talk about this week's game. How big is this for y'all? Mine.
Real big. Last year, they got us last year, but I think we'll get them this year. They really shouldn't beat us last year. But this year, we're going to be ready this time. Coach is going to put in a great game plan. We're going to execute.
Now, is this game, what does it mean in the region standings for y'all?
It's our home playoff game, first playoff game. If we win this game, we got home. So that's going to be a really big, that's going to be a really big factor for us.
Okay, what do you think this team can do in the postseason?
I think we'll go far. Last year we really got a bad draw with 5. We had to play them first. This year I see us going a lot farther though.
It'll help playing at home though.
Yes, sir.
Probably going to get 5. Longest winning streak in the nation now.
Yeah, that was a heck of a team though.
How much has this team improved this year compared to last year?
Well, we grew a lot, man, especially over the summer, because we really didn't have a summer last year because of Corona. This year we got to, prepare over the summer, start building up for the season. So I think it's going to help us a lot.
All right, well, good luck the rest of the year, man.
Thanks for joining
us.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back to PrepZone Gametime, presented by Bevill State Community College. Johnathan, we're now getting to where we're going to talk about our game of the week, and it is a big one not just for Jasper in region play, but also it's the last home game this season at Ki-Ro Gambrell Field.
Yep, 14 seniors.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big deal having the senior night. And one thing that me and you were talking about earlier today, there's teams in our area that they may not be great on the field, but we have some of the best game day atmospheres of anywhere I've been. You look at somewhere like Oatman, they call it the ozone section. I was talking about even Curry, who's historically hasn't produced well in the field. They pack out that stadium, and they have a great atmosphere. You mentioned some earlier.
Cordova.
Yeah, Cordova, you people show out every single game, and I admire you for it.
It's good. It was fun when Cordova's really, really good. It's just incredible.
Yeah, and I love going to games there. But one thing a lot of people don't realize, and we have a very unique perspective on it, is everything that goes on to make these events happen that the average fan, the people that show up to the game, don't really get a chance to see.
They have no idea. I had no idea, really. Yeah. I mean, you think you just go out there and, some people take up tickets, boom, you're playing a football game.
Yeah, but there's so much that goes on behind the scenes, and I had a chance this week. I talked to a lot of the people that make game day at Ki-Ro Gambrell Field happen, and it's more work than even I kind of envisioned in my head. Let's take a look at everything that happens that goes into a game day for the Jasper Vikings.
There's a lot of people that put in a lot of work to make game day work, a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't see. And it's special, man, out here at Ki-Ro Gambrell. Not everybody has this. You know, not everybody is exposed to a game day environment that our kids and that our fans get to be exposed to. So it really is a special thing.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world than somewhere like this. My name is Johnathan Jordan. I'm the Assistant Athletic Director at Jasper City Schools and Assistant Principal at Jasper High School. It usually starts on Monday morning. At 8 o'clock we have a staff meeting, and it's fully in preparation for the game on Friday night. What are things that we did well? What are things that we need to do differently?
Johnathan Allen, Principal at Jasper High School. We'll have a meeting with our coaches, our Athletic Director, Johnathan Jordan. Coach Bevill will talk about some of the challenges that week, some of the different wrinkles we might have. We'll talk about game sponsors for the week. Johnathan Jordan will begin preparations over at the field if it's a home game.
Start from one gate and go to the other. Clean all the gate boxes out. Restock coolers. Put all the signage out for the game. Make sure the bathrooms are clean. You know, anything that we could possibly use during a game, make sure it's ready.
Joe Cordes, equipment manager, groundskeeper. We wash all their practice clothes every day, get them back out in their lockers. We take care of any broken equipment that comes in. Other than that, we just keep stuff put up, and then the rest of the day we're either cutting grass or keeping the grounds neat for us.
Which is worse, the kids or the coaches?
That could be debatable. No, they're not, none of them that bad.
Todd Laws, ATI Outreach Athletic Trainer.
Adrian Bosworth, Head Athletic Trainer.
I'm Bob White, I'm the Director of Sports Medicine.
As athletic trainers here at Jasper City Schools, we take care of all of the athletes in all sports.
Athletic trainers are your frontline guys. They're the guys in the trenches who initially take care of all our athletes.
Monday we'll concentrate on treatment and prevention of injury with taping and supporting of specific joints if needed. Thursday we do a lot more treatment and recovery time to try to get them prepared for the next Friday game.
Hi, my name is Renee Miller. I am the secretary to the principal, Mr. Allen, and also the secretary to the athletic director, Johnathan Jordan. At the beginning of the year, when they do all their athletic paperwork and stuff, I have to check all that off and approve it when they start, before they start to play. We normally meet on Monday mornings, just especially for home games, just to go over with who's going to work the gates, who's going to do the parking, who's going to do the food, and then if we have any other type of event like homecoming, senior night, or anything like that, I help with that to make sure the kids, the students get what they're supposed to get and they're recognized.
So I typically get up around 6. We'll have team breakfast right here in the Golden Viking room at 7. Then I always have Chick-fil-A for lunch. That's one of my traditions. Eat Zaxby's on Sundays, Chick-fil-A on Fridays. Always got to have Chick-fil-A on game day.
Game day, I have everything packed at the start of the season where we carry everything out in boxes and put it on the truck to go. The players get their bags ready.
Since it's senior night, there's a form that all the students have, and they bring back to me to let me know who's going to be escorting them, and then we just get them lined up, Friday night, get them lined up to where they're recognized, during the it'd be before the game.
We have a lot of setup to do, and being able to do it on our home turf is a lot easier in terms of we don't have to carry all of that stuff in the truck with all the other equipment. At about 1:30, we head over to football and kind of get our game day setup going. At about 5:30, 5:45, we'll head down and just kind of make sure everything's in its place. At about 6:15, we'll meet the other athletic trainer from the other school. We'll meet with RPS, our emergency services. We'll meet with the white hat referee just to go over any game day protocols that they may not be aware of. We will meet with our team doctors about that time.
All of our in-game things that are happening, the giveaways and the sponsorships and the commercials on the Jumbotron, everything is scripted down to the minute. A lot of people look at Friday nights as just a football game. We look at it as an event. Every single announcement that's made from the press box is scripted.
We've really tried to create a circus-like atmosphere for our students, for our players. We try to involve our community, engage them in the game. So we have incredible students, and we're so proud of them. Win or lose, we know that our students do an awesome job preparing and representing our community. A third of our school, over a third of our school, is involved in game nights, from our marching band to our JROTC, athletic trainers, and our football team. So it's an important part of our school culture and our community.
We always have a pregame routine. There's a couple songs that I have to listen to before the game. I'll listen to Sail On by the Commodores. I'll listen to Gypsy by Fleetwood Mac. And then I've recently added Broken Window Serenade by Whiskey Myers. So those are the 3 songs I have to listen to. 6:52 we'll all be out. And then we tee that thing up and off we go.
And I just have a second, about a minute after kickoff, where I just get to take a deep breath and just look and just kind of stand in awe of the opportunity that God has given me to be around all these guys and kids and get to see the event that we host every Friday night.
Welcome back. Johnathan, we talked earlier about it being senior night tonight, and what an up and down ride this has been for these Jasper seniors that will be celebrating their senior night tonight at Ki-Ro.
Yeah, I mean, just a couple years ago, this was the #1 team in 5A. Remember, almost all year.
Yeah, like what was it, the second or third week, they got ranked #1 for the first time ever.
Ran it
all the way through until the playoffs. So
Mortimer Jordan. I think it was Mortimer Jordan that put him out.
Yeah. No, that would have been Clay. That would have been
was it Central Clay?
The rematch was
the
Central
year
Clay.
before was Mortimer Jordan.
Yeah, but yeah, they were #1 all the way up until they ran into Central Clay, and then the reclassification happened that we have repeatedly talked about, and I threw out this analogy earlier, and you laughed at it. Me and you were talking in your office. This would almost be like if you were to take UAB, who has dominated Conference USA, and drop them in the SEC. Jasper's had no drop-off in talent, no drop-off in coaching, no drop-off in anything. It's strictly you're putting them in a region, the top Class 6A region in the state, and asking them to compete, and it's just not there.
It's so similar to Mortimer Jordan. It's almost in the same spot. But say you drop them in Coleman's region.
Oh,
how much nicer will that be?
Dude, they're competitive.
Or in the Tuscaloosa one. I mean, just almost anywhere else.
Jasper's not a Metro Birmingham school, which is the region they're in. But Jasper, on the field product is so good, it's just not showing up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
They are.
They'll put up points. I mean, they fought last week, had that lead at the half. And all kind of, didn't work out, but I mean, if they were in Coleman's, I think that they already beat Coleman. Coleman's going to have like a home game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And here we are stuck in this region. It's just tough.
So, but this is a group of seniors that has stuck through it. They have fought. They have done everything their coaching staff has asked them to do.
Jasper seniors have been through plenty of big wins at Ki-Ro Gambrell Field. They want one more. The Vikings celebrate senior night tonight against Mortimer Jordan in the final home game of the season. This group of seniors has been through plenty of big moments at Ki-Ro Gambrell, including 2 thrillers this season, wins over Coleman and Demopolis that came down to the final minutes. Against Coleman, Preston Reed caught the game-winning 33-yard touchdown pass to lead the Vikings to the 2016 win.
Yes, sir. Beating Coleman out here, the second game of the year, game-winning touchdown, that was pretty exciting. This being the last game on the field, it's just meant so much to me being able to play out there under those lights for the past 4 years. And this being the last one, it's sad, but I can't think of it as a sad moment. I have to think of it as just like a stepping stone in my life and being able to move forward. But hopefully we go out there and get a dub. That'd be the best way to end it.
Despite big wins over Coleman and Demopolis, the Vikings haven't won a region game since last year's win over the Blue Devils. Jasper has lit up the scoreboard each of the last 2 games only to fall short in losses to Minor and Jackson Allen. Senior running back Trayvon Stewart is coming off his best game of the season. He carried the ball a career-high 29 times and totaled close to 200 yards on the night with 2 total touchdowns. Like Reed, he wants his last memory of playing on the field to be one of celebration after beating the Blue Devils.
That's my first 30 carry game. It was exciting. Usually I get about 10, maybe 15, but to be able to carry the ball 30 times, because as being a smaller back, I've been told basically my whole life, like, you'll never carry the ball like Darren Henry. You won't be able to carry the ball 30 plus times a game. And I guess I went out there and I proved people wrong that I can do that. I can do, like Coach Bailey in the office if they need somebody to tote the ball 30 times, I'm the guy for that. These past 4 years, it's been amazing playing out there in front of the best fans in Alabama, I should say, and that beautiful turf field they got out there. So it's been a lot on my heart this past week. It'll be my very last home game out here that I ever played in Ki-Ro Gambrell in a Viking jersey and be in front of the fans and under the lights. So it's very important to me to go out here and win this game.
The camaraderie is what stands out for offensive lineman Dalton Dawkins, who has been a fixture in the Jasper lineup during his 4 years on the varsity squad.
Just playing beside my brothers through blood, sweat, and tears, ups and downs, just fighting beside them, just having a good time, even though we might be getting beat or winning, it doesn't matter, just having a great time being beside each other, fighting. This is my last Friday night to be able to play under the lights at Ki-Ro Gambrell Field. I love it up here. It's like there's no other atmosphere like it around here in the state. It's a beautiful place. The field's great, and the band's great. It's a great place to play.
Welcome back to PrepZone Gametime, presented by Bevill State Community College. It is time to do our picks, and our guest picker this week is Stephen Adams, who is the assistant equipment manager, has been in Jasper for 3 years now.
Yes, sir. I like helping out Jasper High School. It's the best school in Martin County, and there ain't no other high school in Martin County that I'd like to help out than Jasper High School. I help a guy named Joe Cordes out. When we on the road, we put the travel bags and the players' lockers, and then when we went home, we laid their home jerseys out, and I'm just ready to see some great football tomorrow night.
Well, Stephanie, you ready to pick some games?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to start off in Winston County. You have South Lamar 2-5, traveling to Lynn 1-6. Stephanie, we're going to let you take first stab at it.
Okay. I think South Lamar is going to go to Lynn and win by 2 touchdowns.
Oh.
Johnathan?
I take South Lamar too. Lynn's just really struggled this year. They have a new coach, and it's just maybe take them a year to get going over there. Well, Hastings is a great coach.
Yeah, I have a lot of faith in Mark Hastings. And there's been some games that Lynn has been right there.
And they just have not got any of them.
But that's it. I just don't think they're there yet to compete in a game like this. So I'm going to go South Lamar as well, but I think Lynn is so close to being there. And I think within the next 2 or 3 years they will be.
Yep.
Possibly next year, the way Coach Hastings has done in the past. Next, we're going to stay in Winston County. You have the Yellow Jackets 3-4, traveling to Cold Springs 0-7. This is going to be a game. Winston County has not played great this year. But I honestly think this is going to be something where Cold Springs is just so bad that they're not going to be able to hang with the Yellow Jackets. I'm going Winston County all day.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I actually went to this game once and got my car stuck in the mud in Cold Springs. So I had to wait there until the game was over. And the Winston County team won the game and pushed my car out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And Cold Springs is about. They need this win, too. They just need a win right now.
They do.
Struggle.
Yes, I'll go with Winston County, about 3 touchdowns.
All right, next we're going to go Hamilton 4-4. They are traveling to Addison, who is also 4-4. Johnathan?
Addison had that quick start, beat Aliceville. They're 3-0, and they had injuries, and usually somebody just fills in and they still do well. They really struggled though. I mean, it's tough. I took Hamilton, but it could go either way.
I'm a fan of Addison football. I love what they normally do up there, but this has not been a year where you see Addison and it's what you normally think of when you watch them play football.
Yeah, they did miss it. I mean, they're going to miss the playoffs this year.
How long has it been since they've missed the playoffs?
It's been a decade.
Yeah.
I mean, a long time.
But yeah, I'm going Hamilton as well.
Give me Hamilton.
Next, we're going to stay in Winston County again. You got Meek 5-2, traveling to Pickens County 6-1. Stephen, what you think?
Meek, I had a friend that graduated from Meek a few years back, but I think Pickens County, I watched some of their games on TV before, and I think Pickens County is going to be too much for me.
Yeah.
So give me Pickens County.
Pickens County's always on TV in the championship game, seems like.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Meek, they could win the region, which they've never done. They haven't even won the area since 90. So we're talking, they're never in this position.
No.
But I will take Pickens. It's on the road, and it is Pickens.
All right, everybody likes to make fun of me. I always like to do an upset pick anytime we're doing our out on a limb picks. And here's the thing about Meek. They are playing so good this year, and every good team, you have to be able to win a game that on paper you shouldn't. I'm leaning toward agreeing with you guys, but Tigers, in honor of my wife, who is a Meek graduate, I'm going to pick Meek for the upset.
Wow, that's big.
So,
That'll be big.
And again, they've got to start winning games like this that they shouldn't. If you wanted to, and again, that's saying nothing against the progress they've made, but you got to win games like this on the road against a top opponent, and they've shown that they've got talent. Now, can you take that talent to the next level and beat a team like Pickens County?
Yeah, it will be just monstrous for them. The program. Biggest win in the program history, I think, if they got this.
Oh, really? Absolutely.
Or at least in the last 30 years.
And I think they're in a position to start doing that. This has been a one-year turnaround that's unbelievable for that team.
So the one-win team last year.
And I'm telling you, from our perspective, and we're not going to just go completely out and say it yet, we've not seen the last of Meek personally this year. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be fun. Up next, you've got Curry 0-7, who's back on the field after having to cancel last week's game. They are traveling to Haleyville 3-5. Haleyville is not a great team, but it's Curry, and I'm going Haleyville all the way.
Me too. Haleyville has a chance to make the playoffs. They can't mess around a game like this.
Give me Haleyville. I will say this, though. DJ, he's a great coach, and I think he's the right coach for the Curry job. It's just going to take him a few years to get that program where he wants to go.
Absolutely.
And
a great guy.
Yeah, we've all said that. I think Coach Emerson is the person for that job. But you've got a lot of work to do to dig that team out of where it's at and establish them to be able to start winning games.
Yeah.
Up next, you have corner 2-5, who has underperformed all season. I think we can all agree. They're traveling to Leeds 8-0. We heard that. This is not going to be close. Leeds is going to win this game, and they're going to win big.
Leeds is back like they used to be when they used to win championships. I think they're ranked number 3 in the state. Corner schedule's been tough.
It has been, but even the games they should have won, they've struggled in.
Yeah, we thought Dora would be close.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
a couple weeks ago.
Give me Leeds in this one.
Up next, you have Tarrant 0-6 traveling to Carbon Hill 2-5. Carbon Hill's reeling from that game last week against Oakman, where they got just blown out by the Wildcats. But Carbon Hill is better than that as a team, I believe. Coach Cochran is doing a phenomenal job bringing that team back up. And so I think Carbon Hill is going to win this, especially with it being at home. And Tarrant, just obviously, they're not really that great. So Carbon Hill should win this by at least a couple scores.
Yeah, Tarrant has scored 12 points this year.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. I mean, Carbon Hill, they need this opponent right now after last week.
Yeah, Carbon Hill, I'm going with Carbon Hill, but Carbon Hill did start off great, and then they lost 4 straight. But I think Carbon Hill's going to come out on top.
Well, Carbon Hill, I think, is another one of those teams where, like I said, I believe in everything Coach Cochran's doing. They're just going to take a couple years to get there and to really establish themselves in that class and in that region.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got Dora 5-2 traveling to Good Hope 6-2. Stephen, who you got?
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to actually pick Good Hope. Dora is a great program, but I think since it's at Good Hope, I think Good Hope's going to be a little too much for Dora. So give me Good Hope by 3 touchdowns.
Whoa, it's a big win.
That is a big win. Johnathan?
I went Good Hope as well. Just Dora, win one of these games. They just haven't won one of these games in a while. Like the Ani game. Now, I think they're playing better now.
Yeah.
And their defense is great, but it'll be low scoring. It'll probably be close, but I want good hope.
I think what'll be the key for Dora is their defense is going to be lights out. Their offense has got to help them out. And if they can get a turnover to get the offense to score a couple times, I think Dora can pull this off on the road. And they desperately need this kind of a win. So I'm actually going to go Dora.
Oh, I hope so.
Up next, we're going to a game that Summoning Christian really needs. You got Coosa Christian 4-3 traveling to Summoning Christian 6-1. For their playoff hopes of hosting a home game, Summoning Christian needs this win.
Yes, and it's just, I mean, last week, maybe they were looking ahead of this game. They did not play well. They finally took care of business and won by 20, but it was really close. And this game is huge. The good thing is it's at home. There's a last home game, and they got to have it, basically. This is their first big time, they got to have it game in the last 2 years.
And I'll tell you, with Summoning Christian, we were talking about game day atmospheres earlier. That is that place over the last 2 to 3 years. You go there on a Friday night, that place is typically rocking now. They believe in that team. They're excited for that team, and that's going to make a difference. I'm going Summoning Christian.
Well, my mom, back in her day, she graduated from Summoning Christian, and so I'm going to go Summoning Christian by 10.
Hey, you got to make her happy.
Yes.
All right, up next we got Vonmont 3-4. They're traveling to Oatman 5-2. Oatman cannot be stopped right now. I'm going Wildcats all day.
Yeah, me too. This is a game they lost last year. So, yeah payback time.
Give me Oatman.
Quick and easy. I like it. All right, guys. Up next, we have our game of the week. The Mortimer Jordan Blue Devils are sitting at 2-5. Travel to Ki-Ro Gambrell Field to take on the 3-4 Jasper Vikings. This is a series that these two, every time they've faced, except for once, have always been region opponents, whether it's been 5A or now in 6A.
That's really strange. And yeah, they moved with them.
They did.
They took two really good 5A teams, put them in this region, and they both have struggled.
And here's the thing about these two teams. We were talking earlier about them being in that Class 6A. They are very evenly matched.
Yes.
They are what this region should be across the board.
That would be nice.
It would.
If it was.
And we mentioned earlier, this is the game last year that Jasper really needed to win. They went on the road. They got that win. So what we'll do is, Johnathan, we'll let you go. Then I'll go, and we'll let Stefan, as our guest picker, we'll let him pick last.
Okay, I went Jasper. Just the offense the last couple weeks. Mortimer Jordan they kind of struggled scoring. They're also a throwing team, which could present problems, but I just see Jasper. They're going to light it up. I think they're going to win big.
Me too. Rosenfeld, that entire offense has just been
Stewart.
Like every single one of them has just lit it up for a couple of weeks now. I'm going Jasper, and I'm going Jasper big.
Yes, Coach Bailey was telling me yesterday if I didn't pick Jasper, he would fire me. So I'm picking Jasper big, but you have seen Jasper these past few games score points. But the question is going to be, can they score a lot of points and hold the lead and finish the game? So give me Jasper big.
All right. Well, Stefan, we're glad you joined us today. Do you have anything else you would like to add?
Thank y'all for having me. Coach Bailey, if you seeing this, I love you, brother. Let's go get this win tomorrow night. Go Vikes.
Go Vikes. All right, guys. Like I said, I'm filling in tonight for James Phillips. We all wish him a very speedy recovery and hope to have him back on our PrepZone programming next week. We want to thank our sponsors who have been with us all season long, Bevill State Community College. Let them help you tell your story. Visit bscc.edu for more information. And also Kilgore Green Funeral Home. Call 205-384-9503. For Johnathan Bentley, for Stephen Adams, for Jake Aaron behind the camera, I'm Jeffrey Winborne, and we will see you Monday on PrepZone Wrap Up.